I'm Allison from Learning at the Primary Pond. I'm a literacy specialist, and in this video, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite stuff that I love to use during small group instruction. Before we dive into the video, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, I would love for you to do that now. And then also you can hit the little bell so that you're notified every time I post a brand new video about teaching literacy. So when you're buying stuff to use during small group instruction, you have to be choosy in what you buy. Number one, there's like so many fun tools out there. To me, I'm such a dork, but like going into a teacher's store or looking through a teacher magazine, it's like being a kid in a toy store. But anyways, there's so much fun stuff out there. But at the end of the day, number one, if you're spending your own money, you don't want to spend too much. And number two, even if you're spending the school's money, you're probably limited in what you can spend. So I always focus first on having the essentials, and I'm gonna share with you in this video some of the essentials that I love to have on hand that really help me teach small groups effectively. And I'm mostly talking about the primary grades, although some of these tools could be used in K-5, I think. So I do want to ask you though, before we get in, is there anything that you've purchased for small group instruction that you absolutely love? Feel free to share that in the comments. I'm super curious if you have any tools that you just absolutely are obsessed with. Okay, let's go ahead and dive into all this stuff. Thing number one is magnetic letters, pretty basic, but you know, I have over here like my big case where the magnetic letters are divided. I used to try to do that for small group, or like I'd prepare little things of letters for them ahead of time. But at the end of the day, it's so much better if they can each just have their own board. I teach them to keep it organized, and they can build letters down here. Build words rather down here. There's not a ton of space here, so you could always, like, this is how the product came, but you could always have them put this on a cookie sheet or something like that. There's mini cookie sheets even at like the dollar store that would work well. But I do feel like it's really handy to have each kid have their own set of magnetic letters. We know that having kids spell words actually helps them with their reading. So building words during small group time is a really powerful activity, and I love giving each of my kids their own set. The second thing I want to show you are these dry erase pockets where you can put, for example, a passage in here. Now, you know, when you're setting up literacy centers for the kids to work in independently, I love these because they can like write on them, wipe off. You could even have them take a photo of their work, and it uses less paper. But in small group, this is really helpful too, because if you've got a passage like this and you want kids to look for maybe words with a certain phonics pattern, or ahead of time you want to mark where you want them to like stop reading so you all can talk about what they just read, there's tons of reasons why you might want to have kids mark up a text, even like with comprehension, you know, circle the answer in the passage. There's so much that you can do with it, and especially if you're using text with more than one group, or you just want a clean copy for the kids to take and reread another day, these pockets are super helpful and pretty inexpensive. I feel like this is a must-have for many parts of the school day, especially small group. My third must-have are these rolling rainbow cards. They don't have to be rainbow cards, but any kind of card. I actually have stuff for each group in bins over here, but there's certain materials that are used with all groups. Like, you know, I have everything from like bingo dabbers to stuff to play games like dice and whatnot. I have that all in here, and it just makes it super handy to grab. So I like having some kind of rolling cart over there. The fourth thing I want to show you is a timer. I have different kinds of timers. I have like one that's more visual, but for me, small group time can go so fast, and I honestly really have to keep myself on track. That's probably the hardest part of the day for me to stay on track. So using that timer, whatever kind of timer you use, is just really helpful. I like something that has big numbers, or it's like you can see how much time has elapsed. Something like that is really helpful versus like just doing it on your phone. I don't know, I just don't like to do it on my phone. I like something big, clear, that I can just kind of have on the side here and keep an eye on it. The last thing I want to show you is this sticky easel pad, and I don't use this all the time just because this kind is more expensive than regular chart paper, but it's really nice because it's sticky. So you can like, you know, do something with kids here and then stick it on the wall somewhere around your small group so that you can refer to it later. Again, I don't always do everything on this sticky pad, but it's so nice because you can peel it off and then stick it on the wall. Okay, so these are just some of my favorite products. I have more that I love, like this little caddy, which is actually a scissors caddy that I use for writing utensils. I have like an Amazon storefront that you can check out, so I'll include that in a caption. See if anything catches your eye that you need for your small groups. Again, I'd love to hear from you what you love for your small groups. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this was helpful. I would love it if you would hit the like button, subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next video.